Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. And if you didn't know that, well, I just told you. Okay, this episode is going to be on your SmackDown spoilers, your NXT report, what went on after Raw went off the air, more in a little bit detail, and of course your internet portion of Superstars, SmackDown version, and a detailed report on the Raw brand. Alright, and here we go. But first, I'm going to give you some news. Eva Marie's commented on Karma's pregnancy, and also Big Jimmy News comments on Raw. Actor Kelsey Jones, who portrayed the parent that was doused with the soda by R-Truth on Monday Night Raw, wrote the following on Facebook about the experience. Got to get sweated by R-Truth and be in the ring with John Cena. And Vince McMahon likes my swagger. Yeah, life is good. Alright, let's see, tough enough. Okay, alright, I'll scoot up a little bit. Alright, Divas Maurice and Eve Torres took to Twitter, commented on Karma's big news from Monday Night Raw. Here's what they wrote. Eve says, "Didn't expect that one. I respect Karma for believing and following her dreams, just not when it involved planting my face into the ground." Unquote. Maurice says, "I volunteered to give Karma a treadmill, and it's my baby gift to her." And by the way, for all haters, stop hating. I am a huge Karma fan myself. I'll buy the baby some awesome Gap onesies, and also maybe some baby Louis Vuitton flats. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Former diva Maria Kanellis will be appearing at the GlamourCon in Chicago, Illinois, on August the 6th and 7th from the Crown Plaza O'Hare. And Tough Enough finalist news. Tough Enough finalist Andy will not be in unfamiliar surroundings when he competes in FCW for the Tough Enough final, as he has already had a run in the WWE developmental territory, and he wrestled as Kevin Hackman, a working class cowboy character who claims dangerous Dan Spivey as a cousin. And you see his old bio page on the FC Florida Championship Wrestling website, and that was sent in by .net reader Brady Hirschborn. And Shore Slant, it's an interesting piece of information, but I don't think it matters at this point. The contestants all had various degrees of experience and exposure, and nobody ever claimed to have ever been involved with WWE. Still, I'm surprised that they didn't take his bio down from the FCW site. Okay. WWE aired 2 different ads during Raw on Monday night for the June 11th Raw live event in Rochester, New York. The first listed that John Cena versus CM Punk versus The Miz in a triple threat match, and the second ad listed Punk versus Mysterio and Cena versus Miz in singles matches. On the West Coast feed of Monday Night Raw, WWE edited out the opening segment where they had the major technical difficulties. Terry sent word in after that last night's Raw dark match where Drew McIntyre defeated Chris Masters. McIntyre cut a promo about how he was tired of being overlooked and insulted America. Drew was now calling himself the American Nightmare. And noted on Raw last night, Alex Riley has been rehired by the Raw general manager. Riley only made an appearance on SmackDown after being drafted earlier this year. That was the April 29th episode where he ran to the ring in the opening segment and was RKO'd by Randy Orton. As expected, Vince McMahon and WWE producer Kevin Dunn had a major freak out moment during the beginning of Raw this past Monday when they had all those technical difficulties. For what it's worth, Luchador Averno is saying that he had talked with WWE but never did a tryout match and never signed a contract. He says he will prove that by beating La Mascara for his mask at the CMML Juicio final event in mid-June. Brief NXT reports up now. Vladimir Kozlov and Conor O'Brien won a gauntlet tag match. The other rookies and pros to earn their 3 immunity points. Byron Saxton was eliminated, and he joins Jacob Novak, who has already been eliminated from the show. In addition to Tyson Kidd and Trent Beretta, the Usos versus Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater was also taped for the Thursday Superstars. After Byron Saxton was eliminated on NXT from last night, the final 4 are now Titus O'Neil, Conor O'Brien, Lucky Cannon, and Darren Young. WWE has not announced when the next elimination will take place and has not announced when the current season ends. The Miz spoke with New York Post this past weekend to promote his appearance on Monday's Tough Enough. That has already happened, and when asked what's next for him in WWE, he says, "The whole process has been one long journey. Chapters in a book. And once I succeed in one, I focus on the next. I want to be looked at as the guy who will take this company to the next level. I want to become the face of the WWE, just like John Cena. I want people to think of the WWE and think of The Miz. I need to become bigger than John Cena, bigger than The Rock, bigger than the Stone Colds. If you're in the WWE and beating them isn't your ultimate goal, you shouldn't be here." And here's a detailed report of NXT. We start the show with the rookies in the ring. Maurice introduces Michael Cole, returning to the broadcast booth for one night only, as Mr. Regal is not there, nor was he ever mentioned. Maurice brings up the rejection points, and apparently they had continued to roll over, unlike my anytime minutes. Titus has 19 points, Darren has 7, Saxton has 4, and Connor and Lucky have 0. Tonight's challenge is a tag team turmoil match. In case you have never watched WWE before, again, why are you reading this or listening to my video then? 2 teams start off. The winners advance, and it keeps going till all 5 teams have entered. The winning rookie gets 3 points. Before we go to the match, Maurice wants to know why each rookie should not be eliminated. Connor is not done breaking his bones or sacrificing his body for all of us. Mr. Dalish, Mr. Steele, your girl, Lucky Cannon, with awesome new robe, called the fans deaf, dumb, and blind, and refuses to beg for their support. Darren Young claims to be on top of the entire season. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. He was in the main event of SummerSlam last year and should be on Raw facing his white counterpart, John Cena, for the WWE Championship. Byron Saxton asks why wouldn't we vote for him? Because ever since that amazing promo you cut way back when, at the beginning of season 4, you either haven't been given promo time or said nothing worthwhile. Titus O'Neil says, like a good baby face, told the truth. He has been the best the whole season. He keeps winning. That's it. And they got a commercial as the first match gets ready to start. Titus O'Neil and Hornswoggle versus Tyson Kidd and Lucky Cannon, with Robe and a lesser extent Maurice. Cole and Todd go over Maurice's 11 weeks and all the romantic situations she has been in. Going from Ted DiBiase to Yoshi Tattoo and now Lucky Cannon. During a break, Maurice points out that she never dated Yoshi and she is not dating Lucky, She just likes to have a lot of guy friends who buy her things. Titus gives Tyson a very sloppy slide suplex. Damn guy weighs 180 pounds. Titus, for the most part, is in control of the muscle match. Hornswoggle stays on the outside until he runs around to give Maurice a flower. Where did he get the flower? Damn if I know. Lucky shoves Hornswoggle. Titus strings himself across the bottom rope and yells at Lucky. Tyson hits it over the top rope, leg drop, and a springboard elbow drop for the win. Yeah, I'm spared from Titus versus Darren 9. Time in the match, 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Lucky Cannon and Tyson Kidd versus Yoshitatsu and Byron Saxton. They went to commercial break in between each match. As we come back, Tyson and Yoshi are doing some fast-paced moves. Byron tags himself in and gets a 2 count off of an Irish whip. But like every Byron Saxton match, he quickly gets cut off and beat on some more. Then he fights out of a Tyson Kidd rear chin lock and hits a flying back elbow. Lucky tags in. Tyson and Yoshi fight to the outside. Byron comes off the middle rope, but gets hit with a Lucky Cannon boot from hell. The crowd pops. I popped. And Saxton got pinned. Damn, that was a well-timed finish. Time of the match, 7 minutes 14 seconds. Total time so far, 9 minutes 50 seconds. Lucky Cannon and Tyson Kidd versus Vladimir Kozlov and Conor O'Brien. Kozlov is on a rampage to start the match. All action stops as JTG's music hits. Randomly plays and he comes out to join the commentary team. Kidd and Lucky are double teaming on Rat Man. I said it last week. Please put Lucky and Tyson together as a permanent team. JTG called Grisham a hater from bringing up JTG's losses to Kozlov last week. Crowd has died at this point. Conor fucks up the back suplex on Tyson Kidd once again. The guy weighs 180 pounds, and I've had a hard time believing it's his fault. JTG calls his former rookie Jacob O'Connor. JTG blames Jacob Novak for him forgetting Jacob's name. JTG pointed out that he is such a good pro, he can't even walk down the street. Hot tag to Kozlov. Yeah, the fans came back alive for Kozlov tagging in. Kozlov boots Tyson to the outside and hits Lucky with a running power slam and a spine buster for the win. Total time of the match, 6 minutes 30 seconds, and you got a total time of 16 minutes 20 seconds. Vladimir Kozlov and Conor O'Brien versus Darren Young and Chavo Guerrero. Welcome back to the longest match in NXT history. I'm not making fun of that. The rookie who wins the match wins 3 redemption points. Babyface is beating down Darren in the corner. A very faint Chavo sucks chant has started, and JTG says he wants to be in the match himself. Darren takes advantage, and Conor comes off the top rope, or off the ropes with a chop to the top of his head. Young and Conor bump heads and make tags to their respective partners. Kozlov runs running in wild until Chavo hits a spinning wheel kick. That sends Kozlov to the outside. A louder Chavo sucks chant as it heals a double teaming behind the ref's back. Only thing left to do is for Kozlov to make a hot tag, but the ref was distracted. Sadly, that did not happen. Chavo with a leg drop toe hold and a low drop kick on the Big Russian. Chavo and Darren went for a double team suplex, but Kozlov reversed it, popping only the crowd and tags Conor in. Conor with a series of clotheslines, aka the only move he doesn't mess up. Conor hits a flapjack for a 2 count as Chavo breaks it up. Kozlov runs in, but Chavo ducks and he goes flying outside. Conor sends Chavo outside and hits Darren with a spinning back suplex for the win. Winners of the match, Vladimir Kozlov and Conor O'Brien. Time of the fall was 9 minutes 44 seconds, which makes your whole the whole match time for all of them combined, 26 minutes and 4 seconds. Up next is the elimination. If you have been following the past few weeks, you can say it for me. Byron Saxton is gone. Saxton grabs the mic and says, "It must be a joke," before running down the fans. Raw portion of Superstars detailed Tyson Kidd with Matt Striker as his new manager for the third week in a row. Third weekend as a different manager. He beats Trent Beretta. Pretty decent match. Both men were good workers. Interesting storyline. They're doing with Tyson Kidd and Matt Striker, who awkwardly walked out behind Tyson Kidd, using his cell phone, talking to somebody, and then right after the match, offered his services to Kidd to be his agent, and Kidd agreed. Match number 2 from the Raw brand. Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater beat the Uso brothers. Average match between the teams. Members of the Core wound up picking up the victory, with Gabriel delivering the 450 splash. SmackDown portion of Superstars, that's going to air online June the 2nd, 2011. Of course, already told you, Tyson Kidd with Matt Striker beat Trent Beretta. Striker walked out with his cell phone. The former WCW star Vampiro turned 44 years old. And SmackDown and NXT tapings will take place at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa. Confirmed for NXT as another elimination, and SmackDown will see Randy Orton defend his World Heavyweight title against Sheamus. Yes, I got my writing down on this thing all screwed up. Well, it's advertised as Orton versus Christian is being advertised locally, but I guess for the TV it's different. In addition to the angle with R-Truth setting up next week, John Cena also defeated The Miz in a dark match main event after last night's Raw, or Monday Night's Raw. Before the dark main event, Cena posed with the family that R-Truth insulted earlier in the night. WWE's website and R-Truth turned Monday night's technical difficulties into an angle as R-Truth tweeted the following as WWE reposted it on their website. "You people see what I mean? I speak the truth and WWE audio goes out. Conspiracy. WWE has been conspiring and tonight was proof." Alright. Yeah. Alright, well, here we go. I guess this is your no, that was a whole SmackDown portion of it. I missed the SmackDown match, I guess, for Superstars. Well. SmackDown spoilers for June the 3rd, 2011. This one's a brief results, I believe. Christian beats Mark Henry in match number 1. Christian asked Teddy Long to add him to the title match. Long named him special referee instead. Match number 2, Alicia Fox and Tamina beat AJ and Caitlyn in a short match. And yes, AJ is from the season of the Divas portion of NXT, and so was Caitlyn. Cody Rhodes got a promo regarding Daniel Bryan. Jinder Mahal squash match versus Yoshitatsu. Mahal won. Match number 4, Ezekiel Jackson beat Wade Barrett by count out. Barrett retained by being counted out intentionally. He walked off as Zeke roughed up Gabriel and Slater in the ring. Sheamus tried to suck up to Christian backstage by saying that they should have a triple threat. Christian said he knew he was lying and told him to focus on Randy Orton tonight. Daniel Bryan, match number 5, Daniel Bryan beat Ted DiBiase. Cody Rhodes attacked Bryan afterwards. Sin Cara made the save. It was obvious that Sin Cara was coming out because the trampoline was already set up. and his fog accidentally went off too early. And your main event, Randy Orton beat Sheamus to retain the World Heavyweight Championship with Christian as special referee. Sheamus caught Orton with the brogue kick. Christian countered to 2 and acted like his wrist hurt. Orton hit the RKO for the win. Christian hit Orton with the belt afterwards. A fan tried to jump the rail at one point during this match, but he was caught and won't be on the camera view, supposedly. Okay. At this week's SmackDown taping in Des Moines, Iowa, the commercially advertised main event, which was to be a dark match, was listed as Christian versus Randy Orton for the World Championship. Once SmackDown was off the air, instead of the advertised match, fans were surprised to see Mark Henry make an entrance to the ring. As to who his opponent was to be, nobody knew and nobody ever came out. This is what happened. Mark Henry stood in the ring for nearly 5 minutes before finally trying to pass the time by cutting an impromptu promo in front of the fans at the Wells Fargo Arena. However, each time he would try to begin to talk, the microphones would die out. So instead, he decided to taunt several fans, including some of the area's independent wrestlers. After 15 minutes had passed since SmackDown had gone off the air, Tony Trimble made an announcement stating that while fans waited for Mark Henry's opponent, WWE wanted to thank the fans for attending. Finally, Mark Henry's music started back up, and fans thought they were finally moments away from hopefully a decent dark match. After a couple of minutes, Mark Henry's music stopped and Hornswoggle's music hit. However, no Hornswoggle came out. A couple of minutes later, Hornswoggle's music stopped. Then Great Khali's music hits. Guess what? No Khali. Finally, his music stops, and Mr. McMahon's music hits. Again, no show from the chairman. Finally, Mark Henry had gotten tired of waiting for an opponent and walked backstage, ending a nearly 20-minute wait for a dark match opponent. Needless to say, the fans were not happy with the outcome of WWE's promise of a dark match. What was the purpose of this? I think WWE officials were pulling a rib on Henry, but the live crowd was caught up in it and probably weren't too pleased if Mark's 20-minute time estimate is correct. But didn't they do this little sound thing on Monday Night Raw? Is this a hint at more discrimination going on? Well, that's the end of my ranting and raving. And stay tuned next week for more of my ranting and raving, and also more results on Raw Superstars and Tough Enough, yada yada yada, TNA, Impact Wrestling, and more news on them later. Peace out.